show goes back 62 years. We were started by members of the Princeton Triangle Club. A triangle has three sides. The Princeton Triangle Club was all male. When they came down to the Washington, D.C. area, wanted to start a new organization, it was going to be male and female. Well, if you take a triangle and double it, it becomes six sides. What's six sides? A hexagon. That's how we got our name. The amount of time that it takes before a show goes live is considerable. The process is probably a 9-month process from when we're starting to think about hiring an artistic director until the actual show goes up in March and April. The name for the show that we just completed April 1st, 2017 was Let Freedom Zing. This was the show that took place right after an election year.
We don't have a show.
What do you mean we don't have a show?
Well, we start writing the show back in September and October.
Of course.
Well, back then all the pollsters were saying that Hillary Clinton was going to win in a landslide. Well, I kind of told the writers to write the show for a Clinton victory. First female president, glass ceiling, yada yada, and we really have no material for a Trump victory.
Oh, Joe, we have to have a show. We have an audience out here who paid money to come and see us entertain them. Joe, you're forgetting something.
What's that, Jen?
We're Hexagon.
Well, there certainly has been a lot of material this year, not only with the unanticipated election of Donald Trump, but also, I think what most people would admit was a rocky start to his administration. So that gave us a lot of fodder to work with.
2016's come and gone, and I am feeling done. I'll miss all those Republicans, their party is such fun. What a wedding, Mrs. Trump. That was the biggest cake I've ever seen.
It's the biggest cake in the history of the world. It's huge.
One of the songs was It Doesn't Matter, about how the facts don't seem to matter.
But to the Trump electorate, the facts just didn't matter.
In addition to the political satire, we'll also put in some cultural satire.
School has changed since your day. It's changing pretty quick. Just the smell of peanuts can make the whole class sick.
Our big kick line number was actually kind of a tribute to Ruth Bader Ginsburg. The topic of that number was how important it is to keep her alive. And actually in our last show, we were very honored to have her come to the show.
What makes this show work is incredible commitment to creating a unique show and of camaraderie and a love for each other and respect, and we want to have fun and make fun.
Oh, we're about to get started. What does it take to make this show work every year? It takes a lot of work, a lot of heart, a lot of camaraderie. It's just a lot of fun to be in this show. We've had ups and downs. We've had years where it's challenging, and we always pull it together and put on a great show.
Well, it takes a lot of people, writers, people who are willing to be in the cast, people like me willing to be in the crew.
I just keep coming back because I enjoy it. I enjoy being around the people. The talent that we have here is amazing. I don't have the talent, so just seeing them on stage is amazing. And I have a good time.
It is always a blast to do the show. It's great to be a part of a crowd that's so devoted, not just to kind of, the art of being on stage, but to giving back to the community. It's really cool that people take their time to do this, to raise money for a charity. It's wonderful.
President Trump away, 15 others stand in his way.
many of us who've been involved with Hexagon for many years will say that Hexagon is a second family to us. It means we have a spirit of community, develop close friendships in the organization, we socialize a lot. We've had quite a few relationships and marriages that have come out of Hexagon as well.
Do you know the most important thing at being president is? Oh, it's a question. I was just wondering in case I get that question. I don't know how to answer it yet. I'm just saying,
Do we have a diverse demographic coming into the show? I'd say not nearly as diverse as I would like. I would certainly like to see more people of color in our audiences. I'd like to see more people of color in our cast. And I think this will chiefly be helped by utilizing social media, is by reaching a younger audience. I'd say the heart of Hexagon is actually the show, and the fact that it is an original show. So we take pride in that. We say that when the show goes up, it's a world premiere. This is a show that is never done before. You're not parodying somebody else's already written music. We're not taking somebody else's lyrics and just tweaking it. So there is so much pride in the fact that every year we can mount a truly original show.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I would like to call the Hexagon board and all the company members on stage as we do that very special thing at the end of our production, and that is to give a big check to our beneficiaries.
The Hexagon has a sense of community and the sense of giving back. It's really part of our history, and I think that's what draws many of our members to wanting to be a part of Hexagon. And I think what makes that more palatable is the fact that at the end of the effort, we're able to raise money for local DC area charities. On behalf of Hexagon, the entire company, our wonderful audiences, we are pleased and proud to donate to ArtStream the sum of $30,000. If I could describe Hexagon in one sentence, it's Washington, D.C.'s only original political, satirical, musical comedy review, staffed by volunteers who have a lot of fun, and we give back to the D.C. area community.